Hey, John here. In this video we're going to cover that Yngwie lick you just heard. If you want tabs for this one, you can find that in the description below. Also, notice that I have a new super thanks thing you can check out below any of my videos. If there's a particular video you felt helped you a lot, you can just click that button and follow the instructions. With that said, let's go straight to the lesson. So this thing is from Yngwie's Fire in the Sky from the Magnum Opus album. And it's not really a lick, it's more of an interlude before the solo. And in the actual song, he repeats this twice. I did it once in the beginning. What's cool about this one, besides being a really good exercise, is the compositional thinking behind it. So you have these very fast lines, but it still sounds melodic. And the reason for that is because he repeats things in octaves. And this is something you can see a lot in classical pieces, especially if you look at like piano players. It's easy to see visually if you look at someone on YouTube just playing a scale or something similar like this. You would see that they repeat the same thing in several octaves. And the reason why you want to do this, and this is something you can apply into your own compositions, is that if you have a lot of notes, it's much easier for the listener to understand it even on a subconscious level when you repeat it in octaves, or at least repeat with some sort of variation. And the variation in this case is octaves, right? So it just makes more sense to the ear, and we like that as listeners. We want something we can hang on to, and then we'll like to be surprised as well. So this part then is perfect for illustrating that type of compositional thinking. But let's just get into it and then you can see what I mean. All right, it's in B minor, and harmonically we're gonna go from the 7th scale degree here, so that's gonna be A sharp into B minor. And we're basically gonna repeat that twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the first time we outline this diminished arpeggio by playing this pattern. So this is a classic Yngwie thing. So we have this 6-note pattern. If we look at the notes from left to right, 1, 2, 3, we have 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So this is the same picking pattern as the one from Attack in the Yngwie lick number 1 video I made last week. So can get a lot of use out of this one. So you have this, and we move down to the B string, and then we repeat that in octaves like I said in the beginning. Once we've done that, basically outline this chord, then we're gonna do the B minor chord. We start on the 5th here of B minor, so we got the 5th, flat 3, 4, 5th, so basically we're outlining the chord tones here. And then we shift down here to the same notes. So we have the minor 3rd. And he does this to outline the chord, because we need those notes for the ear to pick up the harmony. So that's another thing you can think about when you're composing faster lines, where it's very important where you put the chord tones. Otherwise it can sound kind of random again. So now, when he repeats this in octaves, he goes down here. So I played it there as well, but you also have the option of going or even. So if you have big trouble with the actual version that both Yngwie and I play, you can try different variations as well. I just wanted to keep it to the same, as much as possible, the same way that he did it. So again, from beginning. Octave repetition, B minor, octave repetition. And now for the second time we come to the diminished arpeggio, or diminished chord. I'm gonna play the actual classic Yngwie diminished 3-string arpeggio. We play that in 4 positions. So we have start here on the 9th fret, and the shape is 9, 6, 8, 9. And the picking here is important, so start with a downstroke, pull off, up, down, down, down. And then it's gonna be an upstroke on the next one. So that's basically it. So if I put it together once more. Right, so when you practice this, you can try using accents, basically going through the whole thing, putting an accent on the first 16th note triplet, the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So basically you get 6 repetitions throughout the whole thing. I find it's a really good way to practice more melodic things like this, because you work on the whole thing, but you also do it in a more detailed manner, and you're gonna be forced to play it slightly slower than just going for it. Besides that, it can be a good idea to work on this specific thing, because that's quite a big jump, and I would do that with transition time as well, so really slowing it down but doing fast transitions. So and that I would do the same between these two. There's a big trick to getting the position shift sounding good is to do the fast transitions. So if you combine those two, transition time and also the accents, yeah, I think it will be good. But it's still gonna take quite a while to get this down if you're not used to these kind of picking patterns. So general rule though, I think it's good to just learn anything you like the sound of, even if you're far off technically, because you're gonna build a library of sequences and sounds, and you know how those sounds are built. The only thing is that you can't play it up to speed yet. So have a goal of getting it up to at least 50 or 60%. And if you feel like you're way off, then you just leave it for a while, and then you can check in on it once in a while as you practice more systematic technique exercises on the side. And I find that when you combine those two approaches, you get the best of both worlds. So doing the systematic stuff will make sure that you don't have any weaknesses in the left hand fingering and also different picking patterns, but also working on actual musical things is very important, because you can't really only do systematic exercises, because one, it's very boring, but two, it's virtually impossible to cover every possible instance. So if you want to check out the accent video, you can do that here, and you have the actual transition time video here. So check those out if you don't know what I'm talking about. Very important practice techniques, will make a big difference in your technique if you actually apply it. Right, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.